Welcome back to another Tips and Tricks Thursday. My name is Derek, and today I'm going to be showing you how to replace the core battery of an iPhone 12 when the phone is already updated to the iOS 18. There's been a few changes with the way that batteries interact with the update, so I want to see what it takes to replace the core so that we have no notification that the battery's been replaced and that the percentage goes back up to 100. Let's get into the video. Alright, so with the iOS 18, one of the things that the phones are going to be doing now is allowing you to fix the battery health by replacing the battery with another battery. It'll be able to authenticate whether or not the battery is genuine or not, but you should be able to fix the battery health. But regardless of whether or not you replace it with a genuine OEM or an aftermarket, there will still be a log of that repair. I want to see if it's possible to avoid that. Ever since the iOS 17.4, we've had to switch things up using the tag-on flexes to where we have to get involved through utools or iTunes. 3utools allowed us to flash the device while fixing the battery health, but I think the iOS 18 has messed with that. So we're going to check and see if my presumption is correct. And hopefully by the end of this video, we'll have this iPhone 12 at 100% battery life, where it currently says in the settings it's at 76. So let's get started. All right. So here, looking at this phone, when we go into the battery health, it says service because it says 76%. This phone, when we go into settings, you can see that we are already on iOS version 18.0. And today we're going to be replacing the core and going over everything that we need to know to show how it works with the tag on flex on the iOS 18. We'll take out the pendulum screws. We'll get out our TBK screen lifter. I would be using the heated one if it weren't for the fact that this is a 12 series. The 12 series, the bezel likes to split, and it likes to split even more when it's heated. So we're going to do this cold. All right, so we will close down the section there, and we'll slowly start to lift. Add a little bit of isopropyl alcohol down both sides, and we'll let the screen pop out by itself. There goes the bottom wanting to lift up. All right, so we'll let off the section and we'll take the phone out. Right now we can disconnect the display so that we don't have to mess with it when taking the battery out. We'll take off the bracket, disconnect the battery, disconnect the two display flexes, and then take off the bracket for the proximity sensor assembly and disconnect it. And set the display aside. Now you never know if these pull tabs are actually going to work. I do think it's really cool, the technology for the removal of the battery in the iPhone 16. Yeah, see, that one popped off. We'll just go the slow way, put a teeny bit of tension on it, add some isopropyl alcohol under it, and we're obviously replacing the cell anyway, so I'm not too worried about bending it or getting any wrinkles in the back of it. So we'll just let the tension that I'm putting on it lift the battery and the alcohol cut through the adhesive. And with enough patience, this thing will just pop right off. There, I can feel it starting to release. I'm really not putting much tension at all. So this isn't like dangerous, like I'm barely even pushing on it. Like, look, just barely. It's popping up. In fact, I don't even need that anymore. All right. We'll clean up all of that adhesive before we close it on down. But for now, we're focused on getting the BMS off of the other lithium cell, the old one at 76%. So we'll carefully grab and peel off the sticker. Just take our time to peel it up. No, we're going to replace it anyway, so typically it comes off better than this. Okay. All right, I'm going to pull off the little plastic piece here. All right, we'll pull on this and gently roll it back off. See the flex cable kind of spins around. And there, it's finally letting go. Peel off the bracket and sticker. All right, and we will kind of just bend those little hinges up a little bit. All right, so we'll get our new battery here. It comes with a new plastic, new sticker, the tag on flex, the lithium cell itself, and some battery adhesive. And you can see when we compare them, they're a little bit longer. We'll trim off a teeny bit on each one so that we can just simply roll it up when we're done. I recommend ceramic scissors. I don't have mine right now, so I'm going to pull out my ceramic knives. Now, you don't have to use ceramic, but because it's non-conductive, it's a little bit more safe. So I'm just going to carefully slice just like that. And we'll do the same up here. Now I'm just going to take my tweezers and I'm going to roll off the old lead, popping the tack welds that were holding it on there. All right, so just going to cut off a little bit here. Do the same on this side. Move that out of the way for a second. Get out our spot welder. All right, so we'll get set up here for the tack weld. You have to be careful to not mess with the flex here too much. We'll line this guy up here on the edge. All right, and we'll tack it all into place. Now we'll expose the other one, line it up how we want it. All right, fold these over, peel back the protector there. I'm going to use the original one because we were able to get it off in one piece. If I can get it to cooperate, roll this over, that on down, roll this around the back as much as it'll go. All right, we'll peel off the protector there, line it up at the back, push it on down, wrap these arms around, pull this guy over. Now, if we were to plug it in just like this, it would act like a new battery, but it'll still have the old percentage. So what we're going to do here is we'll take the flex cable, we'll fold it out, we'll fold it over back over itself like so. We'll get our tag on flex here, and then we'll connect it up right here, and then we'll fold it back. And now we're ready to install it in the phone. Let's get out our adhesive. We'll peel off the blue side, line it on up, roll those around the front, and we'll smooth out the backs using the back of my nail. This will make it so when you go to peel it, it's less likely to come away with the pink. So we'll lift up the pink one. Now to install this, one of the easiest ways that I've found is you basically go and you connect up the tag on flex. And once that's connected, we'll angle the battery and then we'll push it on in, making sure it fits in there nicely. And then we can compress it down. And now we'll go and disconnect the battery. That way it's lined up to connect when we need to connect it. Let's go ahead and connect up the display. First connecting up the proximity sensor, and then we'll connect up the two flex cables for the display. All right, and now we will reconnect up the battery. All right, now that the battery is connected, let's prompt it to boot with a lightning cable because the power button won't get it to turn on. And we got the Apple logo, and let's see what it says when it comes on now that it's on the iOS 18 with a core battery and tag on flex. So got a little battery, which is fine. Let's go into the battery. It's thinking. All right, so we've got an important battery message. It says, unable to verify this phone has a genuine Apple battery. So what we're going to do is we're going to force it to restart and see with the iOS 18 what it does. So we'll go back into the battery and we'll see if it recognizes it now that we've restarted it. What's interesting now is it actually shows our maximum capacity at 76. All right, and we have no notifications now that we've restarted the phone. So let's take it over to 3utils and see if we can correct for the battery percentage. It still wants it to be serviced at 76%. All right, so we can see here we've got our iPhone 12 and the battery life is at 100%. We're going to go up to Smart Flash and download the 18.0. We're going to click on Anti-Recovery Flash Mode. Okay, having selected the 18.0 and hit Flash, and we're going to hit Fix Battery Health During Flash. If you had data on the phone, this one doesn't, but if you had data on the phone, you'd want to do backup now. You can do it in the toolbox beforehand, but you want to make sure that you've taken care of the data side of things. And so now we'll hit Flash and we'll let it do its thing. It says fixing battery wealth. I wonder if that means it's supposed to be health. All right, so it's rebooting again for the second time, which means it's not necessarily liking the tag on flex. All right, we're going to try it one more time without the tag on flex and see if it works now. All right, so it looks like we're rebooting again. We'll see what it wants to do now. I think what we'll do is we'll try to run it just without the battery fix. We'll do quick flash mode. What the heck? We'll try We'll just flash it without it for now and see what happens. Alright, so the phone is all back at 76%. I'm going to try to see if we can put the tag on Flex back in and try it again and see what happens. Alright, so with the tag on Flex connected yet again, it was there for 100%. Now it says NA. I'm going to restart the phone. Now it's coming back on. Alright, let's see what it says when it decides to connect. And that's weird. You can see now it's saying 100% in the details, battery life, with charge times at 0 here. So with the tag on Flex installed, with it showing 100% right now in battery life, what I'm going to try to do is, without doing like the quick or the anti-recovery flash method, where you can select this, I want to see, because it always got hung up there, I want to see what happens if with the tag on Flex we do fix flash, and we'll see what happens. Alright, going back to the device, it still says 100% and 0 times, but in the settings we still have our 76%. So I basically tried it every single way I can with 3 tools. If this last time doesn't work, then we're going to go to iTunes and see if a restore there will fix it. I need to download the latest version of iTunes on my computer. But once that's installed, we can restore it. Let's go and restore the phone and see what happens. Agree. And we'll let this process run and we'll see if it fixes it. Hopefully it does this time. Okay. Alright, so after a iTunes restore, let's see if anything has changed. Alright, we'll bypass everything and we'll get started. Let's go into the settings and see if our battery health is still at 76%. Probably. At 100%! Yes! Okay, so with the M-Centrix core, with the tag on Flex, with an iTunes restore, we're able to get the health back up to 100%. Oh, man, I wish the 3 tools would have worked, but at least it still works. Let me go back and show you. We're on the iOS 18.0. So there we go. All right, so we are now at 100%. I'm so glad that it's still possible. It was a little bit more challenging than I thought it would be. Well, actually, no, I thought it was going to have some issues with 3 tools, and we definitely did. But iTunes came in, saved the day. So it still is possible, going about it the exact same way we've been doing it in the past, except now just using iTunes. Maybe 3 tools will be able to get around it. But for now, at least there's a solution. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. And if there's something that you'd like to see in a future video, let me know. Thanks a ton for watching. We'll see you tomorrow for another video.